Hard work makes the athlete, but the edge of a Core i7 processor makes you unstoppable.
Are you ready?
For sure.
It is time once again for LHL on DGL here on your Tuesday night on the Digital Gaming League channel. And as always, 6 big teams, 3 big games, unless they've changed it. Never know, but I feel pretty safe in saying 6 big teams, 3 big games tonight. And big games indeed as we start to head towards the playoffs. We're looking towards them. It'll be here before you know it. So teams starting to make their move, trying to tighten things up and lock them down as we head to that point of the season. Tonight we'll be seeing Chicago taking on Anaheim. Cleveland will be playing Minnesota, and Buffalo to round it out, facing St. Louis. These should be good games. Looking at this, Chicago at the top of the league, Anaheim in 6th place. Is this right? 7-game losing streak? That's really surprising. This is a good team on paper. Having a run of bad luck, it would seem, but maybe they can turn it around. A win over Chicago would certainly be a big boost for their chances. We're glad that you're here to be with us tonight and watch this happen. Whatever may happen will be happening very soon. I'm Winners at the One. I'm here with Aila, and we're here to bring you all the action as the teams are starting to pile in. Looks like we've already got Chicago out there warming up. Their lineup is Icy, Officer Nasty, Deloriax, Tall Midget, and Gabe. What a revelation Gabe has been in the net. You have to give him credit. He's as good at playing goal as he is at shit posting, which is phenomenal strength. So he's been doing quite well. And he's had a good team playing in front of him, of course, which always helps from the goal position, I have found. Oh, Q wants a shout out from Aila. I've got to teach Aila shout outs to people. Doesn't really do a lot of screaming. That's part of the appeal. It's very measured and calm tones what we try to bring here. But we can't help but get hype every once in a while on the MIC because sometimes these guys do some amazing things, and this is an amazing game and an amazing arena in which to do it. The game, of course, is Hockey Question Mark. It is made by Cryptic C. You can get it at hockeyquestionmark.com, but really the best place to get it right now is the subreddit r/hockey question mark, where Baba and there's a crew of people testing have built a new version, a fan-made version, that is 55H, which fixes some of the bugs and some of the little things that have been issues in the past. And Anaheim is now out there. Guy LaFleur, Kiwi, of course, legendary Trev, defenseman Jerry, and kinda sorta Marchie. So, as we say, this is a pretty crucial game for Anaheim, as there are only 6 teams in the Legends Hockey League and only 4 playoff spots available. So in blue, it will be Chicago who will take control of the puck first. As we go back to center ice, you'll see a lot of battling back and forth in that neutral zone throughout the night, whatever the teams are. The game, usually hockey is won and lost in the corners, and that's true in this game, but it seems like the middle is very, very important, almost as important as you would find it in world football, aka soccer. But it's a very unique game. It's played from the first-person perspective. So all these guys are just seeing themselves with the stick in front of them on the ice. Well, they're not seeing themselves. They're just seeing the stick in the ice and presumably the puck if they are carrying it. And Chicago carrying it most of the time so far with possession. Oh, and a good chance there broken up by the Anaheim defense. They'll turn and fire again. This one not quite making its way in. I believe that was Tall Midget on the shot. So now they will reload with Officer Nasty. Back there passing it behind Gabe. He'll send it around to Icy. And if you look in the mini map, they've got all four corners covered. Now they will converge in the middle as this heads back their way. Chance now maybe for Anaheim, but really they've got to slow down this possession game. This is a team that's really good at passing. They're really good at finding those open skaters. They're really good at breakouts and just turning the puck around very quickly as soon as they gain possession of it and then just holding on to it. They've just been fantastic throughout the season. That is what's kept them in first throughout most of this season, if not all of it. I don't know. I'd have to get one of our super statisticians on that to let you know for sure. But, yeah, they've definitely been in control of this season so far. Of course, the playoffs, you never know what can happen, so everybody wants a chance to at least get in and try to make some noise. We've certainly seen some surprises over the years now, I can say, not just seasons but years of LHL and the things that can happen. And as we say, that's why they play the games. Here's a shot that Gabe will turn aside as Anaheim getting a little bit of a look at the net. But again, there you see that quick turnaround from Chicago. The shot will go just wide. And now bouncing back in, a defenseman Jerry from out of nowhere. My goodness. Wow. What a play.
Wow, yeah.
And with that came all the way from Scotland and got past Gabe into the net. But now here's another chance and a shot to score. Top shelf for Mama keeps the cookies. It is Kiwi putting another on the board. Again, defenseman Jerry with the assist. And this Anaheim team, we said they really needed some momentum tonight, and they've got it so far in this first period. A 2-0 lead. About a minute and a half left in the first. As with hockey in general, this is played in 3 periods of regulation time. If the teams have not come to a satisfactory conclusion by that time, they go into overtime period, as many as needed until one team scores. That team is then declared the victors of the contest. So they can't lay back just yet because this Chicago team is very good and very potent from the forward position. So anything can happen, but this is a good look right now for Anaheim with this early lead. This is definitely what they were hoping for, and it'll be a question of can they hang on. We got a lot of hockey to play here. And they do have possession there. Puck going back to the blue line. This will be just lifted up and over the net. And trying to set up for the one-timer in front. That will go back the other way. It will be Icy taking it with the last 20 seconds or so of the first period to play out here. Anaheim doing a good job of keeping things swept away there in the neutral zone. That is really helping their cause so far. That is probably going to do it for the first period, and it does. So if you're Chicago, when you're in this kind of situation, strategy?
Someone is going to have to step it up a bit here.
Yes, they are, and they've definitely got some players that can do that. You've got Tall Midget and Dial will definitely be trying to get open looks at the net. And they're very good at doing that. Back there in the back, it'll be Icy and Officer Nasty and Gabe, too, trying to get those outlet passes going quickly. And there's one right there, and he quickly dishes this across. We fired in, and that will go just wide of the net. Shot following up, coming in, and Tall Midget there to clean it up for the goal. 2-1 your score, and Chicago, like we said, that's how they do, and they have pulled one back. Officer Nasty wants credit for the assist, and however stats are calculated, he may get it or he may not, but from here it definitely looked like an Officer Nasty assist. So, interesting game so far. And now again, I'll try to send one over everybody as they've got people looking to tap that down with the high stick, not able to do so. And Anaheim now looking for a quick outlet pass of their own. This will get away. Guy LaFleur is there. Oh, and shot just wide. But landing in front, another chance, and Chicago defense there to take that out of danger. And just look how quick they turned around on offense. That is just, they're right there again. But Anaheim quick to counter and dump it back. So good stuff so far from both of these teams. And yeah, I was very surprised at if this is correct, a 7-game losing streak for Anaheim. This is a solid team. I mean, this is a team that plays well together, and we've seen them play some very close matches here on Tuesday nights. Some of them have not gone the way they've wanted to in the final score box, but again, they're sitting in a pretty good spot here. They're probably going to want to keep the pressure on like they have been. The best defense so far having been a strong offense for them. And again, the puck is gone. Goodbye. And here it is again. Hello. In the corner, and a battle for it. Chicago with the clear. Actually, they're just dumping it back over there to Gabe. And he will set up their offense. Tall Midget now pushing one across. One chased in by Dial. But Anaheim lifting it over everybody. That's going to count as a shot on goal. And Gabe will easily turn it aside. Now this one proceeding very quickly. And here's a chance. What a save on the other side. Wow. That was Marchie in the net. Getting the stop. And good stuff so far from both goalies. We talk a lot about the goal position and just how good it is to any of the teams in LHL. You know, all 6 of these teams have very strong goaltender play. Currently a 3-league system with the RSL and the JSL. So if you're watching this and it looks fun to you, you get your start in the JSL. And if you play long enough there and they get a call up to the RSL when they do their draft, and from there, the current pinnacle of North American hockey, the LHL. They're definitely showing the skills on display tonight. What a pass and a shot score. Guy LaFleur over to Kiwi. Beautifully laid in. And Kiwi will finish it off to make it 3-1. And that was a very important goal for Anaheim as we're down to less than a minute left in the second period. And they once again have a 2-goal lead. Interesting.
I would have to agree.
So now, see the puck turn loose. It will be Icy to handle it at the face-off circle. Dish that off to Gabe. They're pulling the goalie, and they're all coming in. Long shot and score from downtown. Gabe. Oh, Icy on the assist. But that was just a full frontal attack from Chicago to end the period as Gabe gets into the play as well and finds the net. Remember, he's known as a forward. He's done for most of his career, so he is certainly capable of playing that role when necessary. But yeah, it's kind of a shorthanded run there. They went 5 attackers. And that was a good time to make that sort of play for Chicago. And so they have pulled within 1 as we go to the third period, which, as we always say, is the most important period of the hockey game. Now off the face-off, downtown, coast to coast, tall midget, 8 seconds in, will tie this game up. Oh, like he was just playing with them before. He was just playing with them, and now they're getting for realsies for serious, I suppose. But that looked like the old 4v4 days. He just sort of took the puck off the faceoff, just snaked his way around everybody, and took it straight to the goal. So now, the Anaheim lead they had worked so hard to gain in the early going here and held on, is now back at a tie. So this next goal, very important, even more so since it's the third period and most important period of a hockey game. So we'll see what they do here as the chance coming in. Gabe will get the save on this, and Chicago, characteristic of them, will fire into the empty. Oh, man. So much room on that other side there, and Icy saw that as Marchie had pulled over to the far corner of the net. And so seeing a lot of real estate there, took advantage of it, shoots and scores. It is 4-3 now, Chicago. I believe that is their first lead of the game. Now trying to add to that. They take this down in the corner. They'll set up a play. Couple of players in front. Puck jarred loose. They will just send it back in since they've got the numbers down there. Now bouncing back behind the net. Oh, he sees him right there. Tries to play it in, but unable to do so. So 3 minutes left for Anaheim to try to put things right here, as they led for most of the game. They've had a strong performance in this game. But Chicago coming up big here in the later part of the game. And now here is Anaheim again. They will try to set up the attack. They'll do it with a dump here, as this one's going to bounce in a favorable position. Oh, on the line, swept away. So Dial will chase Marchie around as he fires this to defenseman Jerry. And a loose puck, possible chance here if they can get to it. They do at least hold it in. And, of course, the more they hold it back in the Anaheim zone, the more they prevent Anaheim from setting up their offense. But now, back in Chicago hands, so they try to get the long pass off to Dial. He was not able to get to the boards in time, and so this will clear all the way around. Officer Nasty, the shot. That one hit a stick. And we got about a minute and a half left to play here. It's Chicago the ones trying to hold on to the lead now. Anaheim trying to press the issue. As again, this one in the corner. Sent down now. Here is Dial. Tall midget will, you see him setting up in front, waiting. And they will move this back to center ice. We near the 1 minute mark. And Kiwi will fire this one off the crossbar. Bouncing up and over. But they're still going to hold it in. Defenseman Jerry, this shot, another high bouncer that will go over. And Anaheim running out of time here, but they are getting chances, and that's what they have to do. The urgency is palpable. So now, shot there, save made. And it will be Kiwi. Moving up, immediately surrounded by Chicago players. He takes a shot. Oh, they look for the pass there, but it goes behind the intended receiver. And so this one cleared away. Time starting to run out. 13 seconds. They may have time to get one more shot in. And oh, there was the chance, and it goes just wide. And that is going to do it. Chicago with a hard-fought victory. Anaheim certainly came to play on that one. But just a little bit of tough luck and a little bit of just a strong performance at the end when Chicago really started to get into their game the way we normally see them play. And they will take the win here. 4-3. As exciting as that one was, we still have more to bring you. Do not go away. Cleveland, Minnesota coming up now. And just enough time to give you the lineups here, hopefully. As for Minnesota, in red, it is Kill Pessel. It always disappears when I'm about to tell you this stuff. Meat Flail, Drag, Frequency Vibrations, and Dalf. And for Cleveland, in blue, it will be Jeffrey, Ace, BGP, Crab in a Tree, and Tony Flo. This should be a good game as well. Cleveland in second place right now in the league. Minnesota, they started at the bottom. Now they're here. If you remember last week, they were in sixth place. Now they're in fifth. Already Ace having to make a save for Cleveland. And yeah, Minnesota with a big win last Tuesday here. As again, they are fighting for their playoff lives as well. They're sitting in fifth now. As we said, it's the top four teams that go. So a lot on the line here. Actually, I'm not entirely sure how many games are left in the season or when the playoffs actually start. I should have looked that up before going in because I know we're getting close. We're getting very close. And here's one. Oh, knocked down with the high stick. I believe that was Dalf that found that one. It could have been dangerous. Sometimes those drop in the worst kinds of places. And a setup here will go wide. As Cleveland again gains control of the puck, at least momentarily. This one now dumped in. The Minnesota go for it. Jeffrey now playing this one against the boards. Loose at center ice, and Cleveland with the puck will shoot a big save there as Meat Flail. Usually when we say the name Meat Flail, we're either talking about the spectacular pregame dabs that he does, or we're talking about a big save that he just made, and that was another good one. He has been one of the top goalies for some time, and he may have his hands full tonight as Cleveland is getting a lot of opportunities at the net to start things off. So now pass across, and Tony Flo will shoot and score. Grabbing a tree. Just saw him over there wide open. Had that whole side of the rink to himself. Tony Flo. So put Cleveland on the board first here. 1-0. That is good stuff. So meet Flill over to Dalf. We'll try to get the offense going here for Minnesota. We're still pretty early on, a little over halfway through this first period. And as you saw earlier, anything can happen. And Dalfan puts the biscuit in the basket to tie this thing up at 1. The 2-minute mark of the first period. And we have seen the puck disappear a lot so far. The ice is particularly bouncy tonight. The ace there to get the stop. But tough saves being made by both netminders so far. And we're just in the first period. So yeah, you can definitely see the way the teams are stepping up now at this part of the season. There's been a few trades made. There's been some chemistry adjustments. And this is where you see teams really starting to hit their stride as they start to get into playoff form. Shot save, Meatflail. He takes this one out of the air. They'll get another chance at it, and this shot wide. Under a minute now, and a knuckle puck will go wide to the other side of the net. As again, Minnesota. This Kill Pessel. I believe it was a recent acquisition. It's hard to keep up with all the trades. That's why I always suggest r/hockey ? You can keep up with all the latest trades, all the latest fan-made mods, and new versions of the game, practically. And of course, all the drama. The drama, very important. Jeffrey! Off one post, in another, but over the line, and that will make it 2-1. Crabbing a tree, 2 assists. Cleveland, 2 goals. Minnesota, 1. And Meatflail getting a save here. Quick one off the draw, and we'll go to the second period. Yeah, no lack of entertainment in these games so far. Like I say, they were really seeing. Sometimes we take it for granted what we're watching because we say this a lot. This is not an easy game to play. It's not quite as difficult as what was that running game where you try to make the guy where you have to control their arms, like Q-Op or whatever. It's not quite that difficult, but there is certainly a steep learning curve. When we started going back the other day and looking at some of the old Friday Night Hockey videos and some of the early LHL videos, and just seeing where people were just happy to be able to get the puck on the stick. Oh, big defensive stuff in front there. But yeah, and just being able to kind of get anything going as far as offensive movement, and then to see where it is now, where you're seeing pinpoint passes, big moves like that, big shots and scores as Jeffrey gets his second, and Cleveland will make it 3-1. How about that?
Once again, good work.
Indeed. So Minnesota, they've had the early jump, but Cleveland has really winning the possession game so far and making the most of their opportunities. And as we saw in the previous game, there's plenty of time left on the clock for Minnesota to turn this around. They're definitely going to start thinking in that direction, as well as moving in that direction. They've got it down here in the Cleveland zone. And, oh, an interesting stick move there as this one cleared away. Battle for it. Crab in a tree. His pass is blocked. So now Minnesota will reload. Right there at their blue line. This one taken away in mid-flight. And now recovered. See where they go from here. It is sent down. Stolen back. And bouncing in front. That could have been a good chance. But Cleveland getting it under control just in time. Now here is Jeffrey at the blue line, shooting and scoring. My goodness.
I never quite know what to expect.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither, Aila. And BGP on the assist. And Cleveland has turned this into a 3-goal lead, 4-1. 2 minutes left in the second period. And they are getting things done. There's no doubt about it. So Minnesota further in the hole. They're going to try to pull themselves out here. As this one moved across to the emptier half of the rink. We'll try to set it up again with a high bouncer off the glass. Be Dalf chasing this down. They will try to maintain possession here. Long pass. He had receivers. They see this and break it up. So they're getting their offense in gear, certainly. But Cleveland starting to take a little bit more of a defensive stance. They're able to get some pass blocks, some shot blocks. And it is Meatflail keeping this one out of the net for Minnesota. Under a minute left, second period. 4-1, Cleveland. Very strong period here. They try to hold it in the zone. And again, we're seeing so many blocked attempts. I mean, that is, we talk about watching Hockey Question Mark in the old days. You know, at first it was like, it's kind of like youth soccer where just everybody's kind of following the puck around wherever it goes. But now, when you see how tightly people play man defense, they are right on the puck carrier and just staying right with them, trying to get that block right at the point of contact, right where they're able to try to get a pass or a shot off, and the other guy just gets the blade up there and just impedes progress, let's say. So can Cleveland continue to impede the progress of Minnesota? That is the question left to be answered here in the third period of this one. Is Minnesota will win the battle for this puck. The shot coming in, the save made as Ace will push this one back to the corner. And loose now, Cleveland first to it. It is Jeffrey again. He's been very active, to say the least. And there is one of those close range blocks we were talking about. But it's going to give Minnesota a chance to move this in the other direction and kill Pessel. Shoots and scores. My goodness.
Yes, that's pretty good.
It is. It is. And so with that, 4 minutes left in regulation. And Minnesota pulls back to within 2. 4-2 your score. This is where we would usually say that, yes, they have the offensive firepower to turn this around, because they certainly do. But Cleveland is going to keep applying pressure. This one bouncing in front and chopped down before it can get in. But they still hold on down in the corner. But this one chipped away. And now here is Minnesota on the attack. This is where they want to be. And the clear sailing over almost everybody. Dalf will take it. He's got to shield it a little more as this one gets away and down in the corner. Keeps it out of danger and dumps it back in. So again, this is one of those things where when you're Cleveland, do you want to keep the puck and just try to play keep away and eat up time? Or do you want to back off and get in a more defensive alignment? There's any number of ways you can play this, but I suspect that Cleveland will continue to press the attack, as will Minnesota. Still battling here center ice. Puck loose. Nice play along the boards there. And a chance here as a shot goes off the crossbar. Oh, and cleared away. This is Meat Flail's puck to play now. We'll send it to frequency vibrations. Over to Dalf. Take it through the middle. A crab in a tree. On the steal. And the shot and the save by Meat Flail. The acrobatic Meat Flail leaps to make the stop. And keep his team within 2 with a fighting chance with a minute and a half left. But Cleveland on the counterattack. And this one blocked. Again, good defense there. Sent back down. It will be Ace. He's got drag behind him. Sneaking up. And this one cleared down. Crab in a tree. We'll just let it go into the corner as we near the 1 minute mark. Minnesota starting to see time tick away. On the second game of our night here on LHL and DGL. Thank all the thousands of people watching right now here on Twitch TV. And, of course, the millions who will be watching later on YouTube. We appreciate all of our voluminous amounts of viewers. So 30 seconds now, and Cleveland slowing the pace down, like way down. As they're going to have to come in and challenge them, and they do. Just kind of watching to see when they make that pass, try to get that block off. But this one chipped through. Will be Meat Flail on the save, and that is going to do it. Minnesota team that's been on the rise will take the L tonight. As Cleveland, the gutty performance, will take the second game 4-2. And don't go away. We've still got one more to bring you here on the DGL this evening. As we head towards the third and I think final game, I thought somebody said something about having 2 games. I don't know anything about this, but Buffalo is scheduled to play St. Louis coming out next, and these guys are smack dab in the middle of the league, third and fourth place. Buffalo in third, 23 points. St. Louis in fourth with 16. These are both some very good teams. I know I always keep saying that, but it's the truth. I ain't bullshitting you. Not about that. So we'll see what they bring out lineup-wise for both these teams. In the meantime, definitely check out the DGL on Twitter at the DGL_org, I think, on Twitter. And, of course, well, you can see all this stuff at the bottom of the screen. It's scrolling through the whole time, but we encourage you to check out all that stuff. There's my Twitter, the IBN casting Twitter, or those of us who cast do our thing. Of course, I'm Winners with the One. You can find me at Winners with the One on Twitter. IBN Aila, she has her own Twitter, her own ever-growing following. And, of course, the subreddit at r/hockey ? Okay. Shenanigans in the chat. Okay. Yeah. Oh, shout out to Kiwi and to all the Aila fans around the world. Next, she's conquering the world of video games. That's going to be big. She's already done radio. Of course, casting. The world's first virtual caster. History being made thanks to your friends here at IBN. And, of course, we do have a Patreon you can support myself and Aila at. We appreciate those. I usually don't shill Patreon, but, ooh boy, times are tough, people. So any the donation type stuff we get is certainly appreciated and goes towards feeding the machines. And sometimes that feeding involves ramen noodles and grape soda. But you're keeping us alive with your sports, so we thank you. So St. Louis is here. They've got KS Auto, Timu Salami, Pet the Pizza, Kopitar, and K-Bomb. So we have a little bit of time left on the warm-up. We'll see who Buffalo puts out there. They appear to have a few people to choose from, which is always a good thing. You want some depth on your team. But yes, and thanks to all the folks at the DGL, our friends Link and the whole crew out there. They've kept the DGL going for, I'm not sure how long it's been, a couple of years, I think, by now. And that's like 20 in esports years, which is, or 14 in dog years. Not sure quite how that's calculated. But anyway, for Buffalo, in red, it will be Crack, Kapanen, Tidge, Doucette, and Zam. So they meet in the middle of the league for an epic battle in our third and final game of the night, our nightcap. St. Louis, Buffalo. Happening right about now. You're just in time to see some serious esports shit go down. And if you're just now getting here, you missed some additional serious esports shit, as it's been a night of serious esports shit. And we expect it to continue here. As Tidge will try to put this further down the ice. will be St. Louis gaining the puck back. And now at center ice, the shot will go well wide of the net. We'll try to hold it in from there. Oh, where's he going to go? He kind of snuck up and picked his pocket. Now KS Auto will just try to lob one in. It'll be Doucette getting a big stop. Those are tough to make saves on. He does it and does it well. So Pet the Pizza now. We'll gauge which direction to take this in, and he will backhand one across to center ice. That is immediately fired back. So both teams just kind of grappling for position to start things off here. Sometimes your games start out with a lot of fireworks, and then sometimes it's kind of a feeling out process like this. And there's a breakdown somewhere, and or a shot like that. The rocket from Tidge with the assist from Crack. Buffalo first to strike here in this final game of the evening, 1-0. As save made there, K-Bomb. You had to kind of go a little extra to dig that one out. Just kind of hung there in front. But the veteran recovering quickly from that goal. That's another key to being a successful veteran goaltender on a K-Bomb type level, is you have to have short-term memory that doesn't work very well. There are several ways that you can help make that happen, as a human, but it's a good, we won't go there, but there are, it is an asset for a goaltender to have bad short-term memory, because you just have to forget about what has happened before and only think about what is happening right now. It really keeps you in the moment. As the backhander there will go off the net. But yeah, and sometimes it's hard to do when you're a goaltender. But the great Jacques Plante, where he had a quote something like, most people when they go to their jobs every day, if they do something wrong, a big red light doesn't come on and thousands of people don't start yelling at them. So no big red light here, no thousands of people yelling other than the thousands of people in chat yelling and making Kappa faces and all that stuff. But again, nothing a veteran cannot handle. So as we've made our way through a good chunk of this first period, that one goal, the only one so far. As soon as I say that, Timu Salami as Kopitar, look, I had the initial shot. Timu Salami there to stuff it home, and we are tied at 1. And now off the draw, a shot and the save made. Again, Doucette being tested. He pass across. Here is Kopitar. We'll try for the backhand. Gains it back after the block. And we'll send that across. But nobody there at the other side of the blue line to hold that in. So 44 seconds now, and St. Louis with a chance to move the offense again. They will dump this in. Whacked around the corners and cleared away. So a race and chase for this. K-Bomb will come out. Wow, he's coming out all the way to the blue line to play this out. He had a couple of guys skating forward, hoping to try to catch that one off the bounce. But the last shot of the period was probably that one right there, unless of the wraparound here. No, and a big save in front. Ho, ho, ho. Wow. Impressive stuff. I believe that was actually Timu Salami, the last ditch effort there to stop a last second goal in the first period. Oh, I love this game. Love this game. And luckily, a lot of people love this game. And, you know, some of these guys, I mean, they've been playing for a long time now. And it definitely shows. And along with them, some guys that haven't been playing as long, but have come up pretty quickly as the talent expands here in North America. It's been a fascinating process to watch over the last few years. There was a time when, you know, while North America could barely skate around, you had the game really doing well in places like Eastern Europe and Russia. And some of those guys just years of experience underneath them, and now North America finally starting to catch up a little bit. And just a high level of play. Just a high level of play here in the LHL. And yes, it is it's a treat to come in here every Tuesday night and just watch these games, let alone bring you them through the miracle of casting. But yeah, we're about halfway through the second period. Almost. We're about 3 minutes left. 3:16 to be exact. As this one off the glass, now off the opposite glass. And it will be Keosato. He pushes one through. Oh, had a setup in front for Timu. The puck will drift away. And now all the way back, Pet the Pizza will have to chase this down. Thought he might leave it for K-Bomb and take out the chasing player, but we'll play this to the side. But held in. Shot off the post. They just kept hanging around back there, this Buffalo team. Never a bad strategy to employ. Yeah, it's a more disciplined game now. You see people well aware of not only their positions, but of the positions of their teammates and the tendencies of the other team. Oh, what a stop there. As Doucette off a big save. They had plenty of room and a good look at the net. 2 minutes now, second period, still tied at 1. Seeing a very good game for our third game between St. Louis and Buffalo. So yeah, I think that the playoffs this season and the finals as well are going to be something special. With what we've seen so far throughout this season, I mean, just in some of these games, you know, in weeks that you would think that people would not remember or whatever, we've seen so many memorable plays and highlights. That I think that with the way all these teams are stepping it up, with the battle that's going to take place just to even get in these playoffs, we're really in for some good times in the postseason of the LHL. Of course, the NHL regular season is starting up. Very excited about that. The namesakes of most of these teams will be starting their campaigns. A little longer campaign in the NHL, of course, than the LHL. They try to keep it around about quarterly when the seasons roll here in LHL. Which tends to work out pretty well. Then there's always the fun of the draft. That's always a big night in the LHL. Gotten to get in on helping to cast that a time or two, and that's always a night of hilarity and not without its own surprises. As the second period ends, and again, we see why the third period is the most important period, because we're tied at 1 going into this one. Strategy?
It is going to come down to situational awareness.
I think so. It certainly has so far. You know, we were talking about this earlier, Aila. Well, the positional strength of both these teams, that they know where to be, they know what to look for. You know, this late in the season, you pretty much know the other teams almost as well as you know your own. So you know what to expect, and so yeah, it's just going to be somebody's going to get caught out. The puck's just going to land in the right place for a play to be made, and the difference, the margin between winning and losing is sometimes very slim in this league. Well, we saw it tonight, and so it's anybody's game. So if you're wagering large amounts at home on this, you're wagering a CS knife, I don't know, a karambit or something. I'm not sure who you would put your Valve money on, as both these teams have looked very strong. And so here's a shot coming in. That one blocked. On its way through. Puck finding its way back to center ice. St. Louis gets it going one way. And now back the other way. The shot, the score, Kapanen! A nice little off-speed number there. He looked like he was going for the big wind-up. And then he just goes for the golf tap. Just putting on the 18th at the Masters for the lead. Interesting.
Yes, were we expecting this?
I've learned never to make too much about what expectations might be, because those expectations are often just blown away by what actually happens on the ice with these teams. Here's one tipped. As again, Doucette there to get a piece of it. And now fired back in the other direction. Can Buffalo hold this lead? A 1-goal lead, as we have seen, is a tenuous one. And there it is. Oh, and off the post, the rebound does not go. Oh, how close can you get? And this one fired through traffic will bounce wide. A couple of guys had a shot at that. Oh, and that is just a tough one. That would have been the tie goal. But instead we play on. 2 minutes left, third period. Buffalo, oh, the shot going over. And now it will be St. Louis Quesado who will dump this in. We'll play this around. Buffalo just happy to, again, play those positions. Use the boards. The boards are like a 6th player on the ice. That one got through somehow, but it does hit the side and out. So kept in here and blocked. Sent away Doucette. Looking for a rebound there. But instead, it is going back in the other direction. And this shot will go wide. 1 minute left now. And the pressure is on. And this puck will go behind the net. As they battle for it here. Kopitar sitting it up to Pet the Pizza. Again, they're just killing time here. We'll see Kapanen chase after this. Faked like he was waving it off. We saw K-Bomb playing it, and then he went ahead and went back at him. Good sneaky stuff there. 30 seconds. They do hold it in. And yeah, with that, they are still taking time off the clock. And this one, oh, the wraparound attempt will go off the opposite, but Zam! And I think that hit one of the St. Louis players, actually, but Zam, tenaciously, he will get credit for the goal. 3-1. That is probably going to be the dagger in the heart, the nail in the coffin, the cherry on top, and a victory for Buffalo against the St. Louis team. And that was a damn good game to round out the night. These were all good games tonight. And if you watched them, I'm glad you're here with us to share the excitement, the entertainment, the thrill, the passion of Hockey Question Mark as played by the LHL here on DGL. And we want to thank everybody who took the ride with us. What? One more game. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. It's an encore. It's a fucking encore. There you go. We're not done yet. Can your heart stand one more game? Can our hearts stand one more game? Well, we're about to find out. As it looks like Minnesota is going to take the ice against Buffalo. I'm guessing that, let me look at this damn schedule. I'm assuming that there's probably a game. Yes, that Buffalo was scheduled to play Minnesota on Sunday, October the 2nd. Assuming that that game did not take place then. So it is taking place now. Will Buffalo keep the same lineup? It is Zam, Doucette, Tidge, Kapanen, and Crack. And in red, it is Minnesota. Frequency Vibrations, Meat Flail, Dalfan, Drag, and Parabola. So they are changing their lineup a bit here. So we just thought we were done. We were sitting here doing the whole spiel about wrapping things up. But no, out of nowhere, another game to play. I saw him saying something about that. I wasn't sure. Here's one. Oh, right there on the line. And almost a quick strike. But almost will not put points on the board here in the early going. So Minnesota in red, Buffalo in blue. Not confusing at all. Buffalo was in red the last game. Playing this mostly for my own benefit, but also to keep track at home. They do have custom jerseys, and you can change them out and stuff, but I'm not going to do that between every game. Good Lord. Unless Baba makes an instant changer thing or a selection screen where you can pick the jerseys or whatever. The good old IBN jerseys, tried and true. They work just fine. There's our custom DGL rink. Had for a while. But the important thing is, can you see the action that we're bringing you? That's the foremost thing we try to do here. You know, it may not be the most super production value, but you have myself and Aila bringing you the golden voices and hopefully a clear enough view of what is actually happening on the ice. Because sometimes it gets pretty hectic out there. It certainly has been tonight, as we've seen 3 big games by 6 big teams, and it's actually, we'll have to amend that. It is 6 big teams, 4 big games. And so far, no score in this 4th big game, as Minnesota be looking for a win here, but it is Buffalo moving it through. Oh, a little bit of a tussle there as the sticks colliding. Just good stick work is a fun thing to watch. And remember, we don't have we have all these fancy things going on with the game in this version, and some of the server tools that they've got set up, but oh, a drag! The impossible angle made possible. Meat Flail will get the assist. And 1-0. Minnesota takes the lead. What a play.
Simply phenomenal.
Indeed. Yeah, I thought he was kind of cut off from there, but that was a Deloriax type of goal. It was a Matt type of goal. I haven't seen Matt in a while unless he's playing under an assumed name, which is always possible. They do have rules about keeping the same name throughout the season, though. Long shot with a chance, but bounces off the crossbar. There was a lot of wide open net awaiting that one. Now we'll start to see the long shots coming in from both sides as this goes wide. Laid out in front. They're not able to get to it, and here is all by himself the shot, the save. Buffalo on the attack. Tried to turn and put one in front again, but there you see just very closely contested and tightly defended. 40 or so seconds left in the first period. Minnesota with the lead. Now this one will travel behind Doucette and out. Looking for Kapanen there on the wing. This puck's going to get away. And with 20 seconds, still have time to do something with this. Sam gets to it, though. They will try to clear this out. That's blocked. Getting a little blade work there. Not unlimited blade works. Not the bone of their sword. We can make weeb jokes on here, too. We don't discriminate. Yeah, the new anime season started, too. We're in high cotton over here. We've got new hockey with the NHL. Got new anime. The season starting. There's one I'm really looking forward to. I can't remember the name of it. It's about these girls that play a game that's sort of like sumo, except you can only use your breasts and butts to move each other. That sounds like a great series right there. I mean, just the concept sounds very entertaining. That's the kind of anime I enjoy. I'm a man of simple taste. 4:20 left in the second period. It is a 1-0 lead. Still Minnesota here. But as we've seen, Buffalo, a strong team. And this is a good matchup. I think this is going to be close all the way through. I'm sensing another potential one-goal victory. But I'm sensing that it probably won't be 1-0 before it's all said and done. Fearless predictions going on here. As always, I could be wrong. Shot, and that is stopped. And now cleared back. Will be Doucette's puck. He will glance up the ice. And the center ice, the shot coming in, it will go wide. Now Tidge catching up to this. At center ice, big collision, takes both of them off the puck. Shot coming on, Doucette will turn it away. And moving in closely, and the poke check will stop that one. So yeah, both these teams on each other very closely. So they're keeping the score close as well by doing that. Long shot coming in. And that hit a stick or two. preventatively stopping a goal. First do set there to be the last line of defense, failing that. He has been good tonight, as has Meat Flail. These are, yeah, we can't say enough about the quality of goaltending in the LHL. So it's pretty good. All superlatives aside, yeah, these cats can play. So 2 minutes now. So mostly it's just about trying to get a little bit of real estate. Not much breathing room for forwards on either side to really get the kind of looks that they want at the net, to really get the puck settled the way they would like to have it. It's the clear shot at the goal they like to see. I think the playoffs in general are going to look a lot like that. It's going to be not so cut and dry. These goals are going to be increasingly more difficult to come by. They certainly have been in this game. We near the 1 minute mark of the second, still 1-0. Minnesota with the lead. And they've got this in the Buffalo zone. Chance there. And again, sticks in the way. And the attempt to clear is unsuccessful. So now puck back at center ice. And dumped in. 25 seconds remaining. So now time slowing down a bit as both these teams getting some opportunities here in the closing moments of the second. Here is Drag looking for it. Oh, nice job of knocking that down with a high stick and keeping this in play. 5 seconds left, though. And that will be cleared out to end the second and send us to the third of what we can only assume is the final game of the evening. We just thought it was before, the fake out. That does tend to happen, though, and we do not mind it on Tuesday nights, certainly do not. Bonus hockey is good hockey, but yeah, I think Sunday's a tough night for some of these teams. You know, things happen. It's the weekend. One of the things that was an issue with Friday night hockey, which I still keep saying we're going to bring back, and I still think is an important thing to bring back. And Kapanen bringing it back to a tie game as he shoots and scores. Tidge will get the assist, and 1-1 early on in the third period, and that changes things up quite a bit. How about that?
This is something else.
It is. It is. As have been all of the games tonight. This is a pretty high quality, high caliber evening of competitive play. The LHL never fails to disappoint. Well, it disappoints sometimes. That's usually not because of anything that happens on the ice. That's more off ice things. It's been relatively quiet this season as far as that sort of thing goes. I'm knocking on a wooden surface right now when I say that. But here's the shot, and Dalfan sneaks one through. And the veteran gets everybody going one way, and then he just has that one little speck of room, the left side of the net, and he pulls it in and pulls it through. 2-1. Minnesota retakes the lead here. Wow.
I am quite impressed.
So it sets up a very interesting 3 minutes or so in what has already been a very interesting game and indeed a very interesting evening of hockey question mark. So can Minnesota hold on with a 1-goal lead? Dow might get a 2-goal lead. There you go. As Dalfan gets his second. And Drag campaigning for the assist. I think he may very well have it. But Minnesota has a 3-1 lead. Just like that. So, with 2.5 minutes left to play, the onus falls upon Buffalo to try to turn this sucker around. But Minnesota, with the late edge here, thanks to a couple of goals from Dalfan. Will it be enough? Becomes the question we were asking before. Will a 1-goal lead be enough? Well, will a 2-goal lead be enough? As the scoreboard time clock slowly drains down. Under 2 minutes now. Buffalo mounting an attack. The shot coming in, and that will go wide. I think it had some help. Bit of deflection going on in front. Minute and a half. Just trying to hold on to the puck now. Double teamed. We'll get cleared down. Deuce set. We'll play it. Now here is Tidge. We'll go ahead and dump this in. Minnesota clearing it right back. And in doing so, eating up that time. Under a minute left to play. It is looking very good for them here. We'll see if Doucette comes in and joins the offensive attack. Pull the goalie, so to speak. 30 seconds here. Buffalo down by 2. And still having to fight off the Minnesota offense. Can they get to it? No, this one taken away. Parabola now. Yes, a big hit indeed, BG. That was a strong collision. That may be the one that seals the deal, in fact. And it does. And this one coming in, Doucette with one last save. That one's just for pride. That's for pride right there. But 3-1. Minnesota, your winners in the 4th. And is it final? Is this the final one? Okay, everybody's leaving the damn server? Okay, so I think we're safe in saying that that's the last game of the night. So we thank everybody for joining us for the extra time, as we got to see 4 tonight. It was so nice. We had to tack another one on for good measure. It's a fun evening of hockey. Again, just the level of play, you're really seeing it starting to just strengthen on all these teams. Whether you're in first place or 6th place, you're seeing people really step it up as we start to head towards the really crucial part of the regular season. Playoffs coming soon. Not sure when. We'll just say soon. And we will be there to bring that to you, as well as whatever happens in between now and then. Every Tuesday night here at the same time on this same channel, on the DGL Twitch TV. And, of course, check it out later on YouTube on the Digital Gaming League YouTube channel. We will be uploading this for your viewing pleasure at any time you want, anywhere you want. You can watch it on your phone. You can watch it on anything. Video on demand is what they call it. And this and many other games including most of this season of LHL on Tuesday nights, can be found there. We hope that you will check it out. Give them a follow. Give us a follow on our Twitters. Throw money at us on Patreon if you want. Seriously, it's wow, tough times. But and yeah, all the usual social media crap. You can see it streaming at the bottom of your screen, and some of it ours, some of it our friends, and we hope that you will support all of it, or at least as much as you can. We love to support this league and love working with DGL. And Aila, well, I think we're gonna put this one in the books for the evening. From all of us here, everybody, we want to thank you again, and we'll see you next week at this time for more LHL on DGL. Good night.
Night.